Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to another video, and I've made another map. Today I made a fully functioning cookie clicker in Yeeps, and it's honestly really cool, and I'm ready to show you guys. And first off, I just want to show you guys the sandbox right here. So yeah, I've been using the sandbox a lot because I think it's really cool, and you guys can tell me if you like it too. I think it's cool, especially with the music in the background. But yeah, without stalling, let's just get right to the video. Yep. You see, I've been working on this for about like 2 weeks now, and it's a lot of bug fixing and everything, but I finally got it to work, and I'm ready to show you guys with it now. And as you can see, this is what it looks like. I think it looks awesome, and if you guys want, you could even play this map for yourself, and it's going to be in code COOKIEGAME. Right now I'm in my private world though, so I can show you guys all of the crazy wiring. That's going to be later in the video though, so make sure you stay tuned for that. I'm going to be showing you guys all the wiring first, and then I'll actually show you it work after. So if you want to stay tuned to see it work, so you guys aren't confused about anything, and it will be confusing. So if you don't really get it, you can skip to this timestamp. It's going to be somewhere on the top. This is going to be kind of like the timer video where I explain the wiring first and then show it off. So if you genuinely want to learn how to do this, I'll be showing it in this video. So if you want to learn, make sure you stay tuned. But if not, and then, you know, it'll just teleport you to the showcase. So yeah. Alright, now that we got those people out of the way that are scared of wiring, I'm ready to show you guys all of these cool stuff and all the different mechanics in this map. So without further ado, let's just get right to it. Okay, so here's the first thing, the most important. It's actually the cookie here, and basically how it works, you click it and it gives you a click. Okay, so how the click works is here, over here is the input for the click. As you can see, it's 1 plus cookie click. Basically how it works, when you touch the touchpad right there, it changes your number by sending an input to that light green, whatever, neon. This is here, I'll explain this later. This is like an upgrade thing. Like once you buy an upgrade, then it'll start powering up this one, which gives you more clicks. I'll get to that in a little. And it also has this little inverter sound thing. So how this works here, every time you click it, when it plays a sound, that's when it lets you know you can click the cookie again. Because if I'm spamming it, it won't give me any clicks, you see? So I usually, you know, the player has to wait because it's the touchpad. I can't make it a short signal, mainly because that's just how it works there. So that's the only issue with that. This is also the same thing for the 10 plus cookie, the 10 plus click cookie. I'll get to that later too, when I tell you all the upgrades and everything. So here is actually the whole contraption for the ones digit over there. It's the neon blue one, as you can see here. There's 1 place counter contraption, and in the red one is the 10th place over here. So basically how it works, it sends a short signal. So this is basically a short signal right here, because it powers the toggle and then it immediately turns it off after like a single tick right there. And then it goes through like this. The input will go this way and also this way too. So I'll explain what both of them do. So first I'll do with this one over here. Basically this wire over here removes the current number. So as you can see, right now we are on number 8. So once an input, or like when someone touches the cookie, goes through, it'll clear the number. For an example, it'll clear number 8, and then this pulse extender right here, it's gonna remember that it's number 8. So basically whenever I send a pulse, or like when I click the cookie for an example, it will delete number 8, and then it goes through here. But it takes a little bit, mainly so that the other one, the top one, as you can see, the top one there can go first. So it could delete the number first, and then it could send in, so it can go in the next number. So, you know, I'm on number 0, so what it's gonna do, it's gonna delete 0, and then this pulse over here, once it's done deleting the number, it's gonna send the pulse through here, and it's checking all the latches to see which one has the input here. And then once it finds it, which is this one, then it will send the input through there, and then it can go in through the D latch here, and then it will go into this latch right there, the second one. It's hard to see, but this is the latch right here. You can see that is a latch, and latches are actually used for memory, so that's good. So it can actually remember which number is, like, you know, on, so that lets the next number know, hey, you're up next. So that's what makes it easy for whenever there's a new pulse, it just goes to the next number. Very hard to explain. That's why I had to kick out all of those people that don't know wiring that well. but I'm glad you guys sticked along because it does mean a lot. Also, I'm using the VIP room to basically see all this wiring. So if you do buy VIP, one of the perks is that you can actually come out here yourself, like where I am right now, and you can actually see all this wiring that I'm basically explaining right now. So if you want to like be in person with these wires, then you could like easily come in here. And yeah, it does support me a lot too, so I would really appreciate it. So the latch is basically constantly on until you press the button again, because you know it removes the number, and then the post extender remembers, and then it can go through the D latch, and then it's the same contraption for every number. So like this is stuck here until I give it another input. Alright, so I actually got a little workbench right here so I can show you guys, and I actually got the input right here so I can show you. So you know, when I press the button, it sends an input to the top one first and then the bottom one. The input there moves on to the next number. You know, they moved on to the next section of this whole contraption here, so that means it will show the next number. You can see this bottom layer right here of the wires, it's checking every single D latch until it finds it, the one that's powered on the side. So now it's going to go in through this one, and then it's going to complete this little circuit here until you press the button again, and then it'll complete that circuit, and it'll just do that over and over. I just want to explain this real quick because I had to actually do a little something for 0. When you first get in the game, the counter starts at 0 0, which means that if it's on 0 and this wasn't here, this little AND gate here, it would basically just giving you like 10s every single like time you click, I think. So that's why I need this here, the AND gate. So how the AND gate works, it basically checks once you reach 9, and then it also takes in the pulse from the 0. So how it works, it basically, once you reach 9, then it goes all the way back over here, because here's the next latch, as you can see, so it can show 0 again. Because those 7-digit displays, they can only show up to 0 through 9. They can't show up to 10 because it's just one digit. So that's why I needed to go back to 0 in order for it to like keep on showing numbers. And to actually show that you reached 10, that's why we have this second one over here, which basically just does the same exact thing, but instead of getting an input from the cookie, it gets the input from the actual other contraption over there. As you see, there's the input there, and then the output is through the same exact thing, the little shortened, but instead of getting the input from the cookie, it gets the input from over there. Unless you get an upgrade. You know, over here is the display board right here, and then here are the upgrades. So how the upgrades work, they're pretty cool actually. So basically there's 3 upgrades, and how each of them works, 2 of them are passive and 1 of them is active. So basically it's like a one-time use or whatever. So this one's a passive one. Basically you get 1 click every 4 seconds. Same for this one here, but it's actually 10 clicks every 12 seconds. This one's worth 50, this one's worth 20. And then the one active upgrade here is this one, which unlocks a door, which is worth 90 clicks, and it won't take away your clicks, it's just there, so you know, you could actually just unlock it, because I had no idea how I was going to make it where it deletes. How it works is that once you reach, you know, for an example, once you reach 20 clicks, this top light will turn on, and then once the top light is on, that means you could like press the button, and then it can turn on the bottom light, meaning that it's active, or like, you know, you're making your passive income. Because this upgrade, it means that you're making 1 click every 4 seconds, which is just passive income. So yeah, once the bottom light is on, it just basically lets you know, hey, you're making clicks automatically now. You don't really have to click the cookie anymore. But if you still want to, you could. It'll make it a little bit faster. That's just what that's for. Same for this one over here. It makes progressing a lot faster. And then this one, it just makes it super easy to play the game. So that's why this one's like 90, because once you reach 100, there's actually something really cool that happens, which I'm gonna explain in a little. So one of the upgrades was actually the cookie, that like you get 10 clicks every cookie, which I forgot to explain actually, but that's the active one. And basically this is the whole contraption. It's the exact same thing for the 1+ cookie, but every time I click, it gives me 10. So in order to get 1+ in the tens place, you could either reach 10 yourself by clicking the ones cookie like 10 times, or you could click this cookie 1 time. as you can see, I got the next number. And like this, I'm gonna be getting to 99 clicks so I can show you guys all the upgrades. So just give me a second. Alright, so how this works, it's constantly checking when you reach the certain amount of clicks. So as you can see, this wireless thing here actually means 50, or like 5 in the 10th place. So how this works, once you reach 5 in the 10th place, which means you basically reach 50, then this stays on for the rest of the game unless you reset the map, or you just everyone leaves the server, then this just turns back off. But basically, this stays on. I don't know why I did that. Bruh. But basically, when you reach 50 clicks, or when you reach a certain amount of clicks for each one, this one's 20, this one's 90, and this one's 50. This is also why this one's on, because we're currently on the 9th digit over there. So you can see all the lights are on. And how this works, once I, press the button, and if the top light's on, then it will buy the bottom one. There's an AND gate right here. Here's the button right here, the button input, and then this is always on, so this is always checking. This little thing up here is always checking to see if you reach the clicks, and if you did, then it can say, oh, you can buy it. So then once you want to buy it, you press the button, goes through, stays on forever, turns on that upgrade, and then it makes a sound and then turns on the bottom light there. That's basically what happened to here. Alright, so as you can see, I'm gonna buy it right now, and the button goes through the AND gate, and it basically keeps it on, meaning that the upgrade just stays on forever until you again reset the map, or everyone leaves the map. So I want to do the passive ones first. So how the passive upgrade works, this is basically always on, like even if you reset the map, it will just stay on like this. However, both of these wireless receivers here, the neon ones here, they will always be off unless you buy the upgrade. So as you can see over here are the upgrades here, the purple one and then this blue one, which is always turned on because of the latch. And then once this timer or this little clock here is done, it will check if the upgrade was bought, and then it will check if the timer has finished, and if it did, then it'll give you the click. So as you can see, I just put it in, so now you see I got a click automatically because we bought the upgrade and the timer was finished. So I click it in again. Now we're at 99. I want to keep it at 99 so I can show you how this thing works over here. I'm actually going to start plugging this in so it can actually start making the cookies, if that gives any hints. But I'll get to that in a second. I'm almost done, don't worry. So once you buy the active upgrade, or just like the one-time use upgrade, it basically opens this door. And this door will always be closed unless you buy the upgrade, which always stays on, again, because of, you guessed it, the latch. So it just always stays on because of the latch when you buy the upgrade. Makes sense, right? So basically, now this door is open. Let's say I buy the upgrade, boom, this door opens. And then now I have the action to click this 10 plus cookie every click. So now whenever I click this cookie, it gives me 10 clicks. Like how this one would always give me 1 click, this one will always give me 10. And if someone resets the map on you and you're in here, I added this little teleporter so you can easily teleport your way out. But here's the reset map button, and basically how it works, there's a 30-second cooldown. Whenever you press the button, it will ask if you want to reset the map. And there's a vote, so everyone can vote to reset. If you say no, it will say map not reset, and if you do, if everyone says yes, then it will reset the map and it will say map reset. And you do have to wait 30 seconds too. So this is the reset map button contraption here, the reset map vote. So how it works, this is the receiver from the button. So whenever you press the button, it sends a signal through here. So for an example, I could put this button here instead so I can show you guys. This string of wiring is on, which means that when I press the button, it can go through and send a vote. If I click the button while it's still in cooldown, nothing will happen. You could see it's not going through the AND gate at all. Nothing will happen because this is getting inverted here, and it's also going back up to turn off that light that shows when the cooldown is over. And basically what happens here, it reaches the end here and it says reset map, you will lose all of your progress. And then this is like the vote block right here, so you can either say yes or no. If you say no, as I said before, it will just say map not reset. But if you do say yes, it will say resetting map, and it will reset the map. The last thing here is the music changer, and this is actually the second upgrade you guys get for being VIP. You get to change the music between 4 different choices that you want. I think they're very nice and like lo-fi and chill or whatever, because you know this is a very chill map. You're just clicking the cookie until your brain cells are satisfied. That's just what I do. Alright, but basically it's always on this disc. Even if no one has VIP, it'll still be playing music because this song right here is perfect for the map. But if a VIP does join and does change the music, then it will go over to this one, because it's kind of like a playlist. So it will just whenever you press the button in there, it will go to the next one, and then the next one, and then the next one, and then it comes back over here. So it's an infinite loop. I think that's very cool. And by the way, I just want to let you guys know that all my wiring is a complete mess, and I know there's gonna be people out there wanting to say, oh, you could have made it way more simple. But once I press the VIP button in here, you can see it changes to the next song. So now that other song is on right there. You can see it spinning there. And then let's say I press the button again, then it will go to the next one. As you can see, it's spinning. And then the next one, same thing, it starts spinning. And this is all by the power of one button, by the way. I'm not using multiple buttons. It's just one button in here. I wasn't lying to you guys. There's actually just one button right here. And whenever I press it, it just changes the music. I want to make the demonstration better, so I'm playing the music right now just for this little part. And as you can see, when I press the button, so this is actually the normal music that's always going to be playing. I think it's pretty nice. And when you press the button, it switches to the next song. As you can see, more lo-fi or whatever, more chill. Switch it again, more of like a upbeat song. This song's used a lot, but I still love it. It's so nice. And then do it one more time, and it goes to the last song in the playlist there. Another chill one, another lo-fi. Switch it back, and it goes back to the normal one, as you can see. And what's making is, you know, I think it's pretty obvious, but it makes cookies. So how it works is when you reach 100 cookies, it actually starts shooting out cookies. So I've had 99 cookies this whole game, just so I can show this one moment, because it does take a long time to reach 100, you know, as you can see, the first time. But once you reach it one time, it's super easy the next time. So it's still really fun. It's a fun process, but you know, I've made this whole thing so it's actually more rewarding when you reach 100 instead of it just resetting back to 0, 0. This is the huge timer. It just like always remembers when to start the next session of the baking cookies. You see, it'll send a pulse through here into the ovens, and also into those dispensers over there, which start making the batter up there. The ingredients for batter go into here, and then there's also a piece of sugar that goes in there, which you need in order to make cookies. So now the batter goes in there, and then the oven cooldown starts right there, and then it needs 5 seconds of the extending, so that's why there's an extender there. And then it just goes in the mix into there. There is mud pies here, mainly because it just like glitches out. And then over here is the cookie door, and how it works, this is basically 9 right here. This is 9, and then this is 0. So this is actually almost the same exact thing as this contraption over here at the very beginning of the video. It checks when you reach 9, and then you click it when you click the button again, and it goes back to 0. And it also opens this cookie sorter. So right now it's like this. But once the thing resets, or when you reach 9 and it goes back to 0, then it will switch like that, and then all the cookies will start going that way. So I'm ready to show you guys. I'm really excited because it is really fun. Alright, I just clicked it, and now the door is open. So as you can see, the door over there, the sorter opened up, and now I got all of these cookies in my name. So if you're in with a whole lobby or whatever, you could eat all these cookies up, or you could do whatever you want with these, to be honest. I know barely of you guys are still here, but to the ghosts that are still here, watch this whole wiring part. Thank you guys so much. You guys mean a lot to me. And to the people that skipped, I honestly don't really care. I know you guys want to get to the juicy stuff. So today, that's just what we're going to be doing. So without further ado, I just need to reset this back to 0, 0, and then we can get to it. Alright, I hope you guys like that little the thingy. I hope you guys like that little edit or whatever. I had no idea what I was doing, but I don't know. I just wanted to showcase it in a pretty cool way because I think this is awesome. So I wanted to do that for you guys. But if you did skip to here and you have no idea what's happening, I really recommend that you go back and you look at all the wiring, because I think this is really hard to understand without knowing what's happening behind this screen, or like what behind these cookies, or like behind these buttons. There's a lot of stuff that I did show that you probably missed if you did skip. So if you want to go back, that would be awesome, because not only are you helping me out by watching again, but you could also get to understand basically everything that's happening. So yeah, thanks for watching, and buy VIP in my map. It helps out a ton, and see you guys next time.